From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. It was a beautiful start to the work week yesterday. Lots of sunshine out there. There's going to be more clouds up in the sky for today. A little indicator of the rain chances picking up for tonight into tomorrow. It's just going to be rain for lower elevations, but a whole bunch of mountain snow on the way, around a foot for mountain passes from early on Wednesday through Friday afternoon. And in the middle of that on Thursday, turning quite windy. Some of those gusts up around 45 miles per hour, specifically for the Kittitas Valley. Just to reiterate, first alert weather day for our mountain passes, 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 p.m. on Friday. Looks like Stevens Pass and Tollgate on Oregon 204 probably going to be the passes that receive the most snowfall. Fog this morning is widespread up in the Cascades, but elsewhere it does not look like it's that big of a factor. Temperatures kind of all over the map right now. It's 29 for Yakima. It's 33 for the Tri-Cities. It's 43 in Walla Walla. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy throughout the day, but in spite of that, highs getting pretty close to 65 degrees. Lower elevations in general are going to be in the 50s and 60s, a little bit breezy across the map for today. Those gusts anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. We'll have a lot more to say about the lower elevation rain potential and the upper elevation snow potential coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, windows smashed at a home meant for high-risk offenders. A controversial facility in Kennewick is back in the headlines as police investigate another act of vandalism at the home. All this as the community rallies for change. Coming up, we're going to see what the neighbors' reactions are and where the investigation stands. And a series of car break-ins in College Place has one man behind bars. Police say surveillance video helped track him down in Milton Freewater. Details on the arrest and why authorities believe there could be additional charges. And Umatilla is investing in a future-ready police station. Groundbreaking marks a major milestone for the community and the department. And this morning, we're going to explore the new features that will help officers better serve the city. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for joining us and waking up with us on this March 3rd for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott, and we start this morning with continuing coverage. Police investigating vandalism at a proposed home for level 3 sexually violent offenders in Kennewick. Officers responded Monday morning to the house on the corner of 8th and Edison, where at least 2 windows were smashed. Now, we're told that this is the second case of vandalism within the last couple of weeks. The home has faced some strong backlash from neighbors since January. That's when plans were announced that it would become a sex offender home. Well, many community members argue that the proposed facility is just too close to schools and homes with children.
A concern over the fact that a neighbor spotted it this morning and contacted KPD, and KPD came out and investigated and then contacted Joe Field. And in my mind, he has all these security cameras up in front of the house and a security system. Why did it take a neighbor notifying police to notify him?
And now police have not announced any suspects at the time. We did reach out to the property manager, Joe Fields, for comment, but did not hear back. 603 insane in Kennewick for a crime alert as police are investigating a shooting that left a 17-year-old boy seriously injured. Shooting happening at the Heatherstone Apartments on Sunday afternoon. That's when officers responded to multiple 911 calls about shots fired around 1:15. When they got there, they found the teen with several gunshot wounds. He was rushed to a local hospital, is now recovering. Detectives, though, believe that this was a targeted shooting between 2 gang-involved individuals. They say they knew each other, and police are now working with the complex because they also say there's been a surge of crime.
We are also working with the apartment complex on some of their security measures and trying to help them increase some of those things. We're in communication with them on that. Our detectives were called out, and they are working on identifying suspects.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Kennewick Police. And a man is waking up in the Benton County Jail this morning after being accused of kidnapping and raping a 16-year-old girl from Oregon. According to the Benton County Sheriff's Office, deputies were notified on February 28th by an Oregon law enforcement agency that the teen had been kidnapped and was believed to be at a home in rural Benton County. Well, deputies responded to that home and found the girl. Detectives then identified a 25-year-old man as a suspect. They arrested him on charges of unlawful imprisonment and third-degree rape. and the investigation is ongoing. And taking you to Milton Freewater, where a man is also behind bars there this morning after several vehicles in College Place were broken into last month. Police say about 8 cars were targeted overnight on February 19th at an apartment complex near Southwest Silver Star Lane. Surveillance video, which you see here, apparently shows a suspect in a dark blue Acura trying door handles and stealing items. Officers later stopped that car in Milton Freewater after a short chase, and 32-year-old Thomas Payant was taken into custody, now in the Umatilla County Jail. Officials say more charges are expected. 6:05 in your business headlines this morning. Portland General Electric is expanding into Washington. In a nearly $2 billion deal, Portland General Electric plans to acquire Pacific Core Washington's utility operations, which serves about 140,000 customers in Yakima, Walla Walla, and surrounding areas. Now, the deal still needs regulatory approval and is expected to close within a year. It includes thousands of miles of transmission lines and several power generation facilities. PGE says current employees will be retained, and the move will support future investments in renewable energy and infrastructure across the region. Now to environmental news, where the city of Selah is moving forward with a new water infrastructure project, and it's aimed at improving water pressure and long-term supply for residents. So city officials say that the project will add new water storage capacity to an existing reservoir site as a part of the ongoing efforts to strengthen Selah's water system. The city already owns the property and currently operates one reservoir at the location, but leaders say that the growing demand and the need for reliable pressure across different parts of the city made this expansion necessary. Officials say the additional storage will help stabilize water pressure, support future growth, and improve overall system reliability, especially during high demand periods.
We own the property. We have one reservoir there. We'll just be adding a 1 million gallon capacity.
Now, city leaders say the reservoir expansion is expected to help ensure consistent water service and support future infrastructure needs across Selah. 6:06, and looking ahead to today, the city of Umatilla is set to break ground this afternoon on a brand new police station. It marks a major milestone after voters approved a bond measure last fall to fund the project. City leaders say the nearly 15,000 square foot facility will replace the department's current modular building, which was never designed to function as a police station. Officials say the existing space lacks modern technology, secure parking, and specialized rooms needed for today's law enforcement operations. So the new building will include updated security features, a Sally port for secure inmate transfers, proper interview rooms for victims, and upgraded evidence storage designed to meet current safety standards.
Currently, there is no air filtration system. That can be very hazardous over time. Our new evidence storage facility will have state-of-the-art ventilation, making it more safe for officers.
City officials say the new facility will improve officer safety, efficiency, and service to the community as Umatilla continues to grow. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, high school track teams kicking off spring practice across the state. In Kamiakin High welcomed more than 200 students back to the track. After the break, we'll talk to the coaches and athletes about their goals for the season. We're talking sports coming up. And giving you a live look outside this morning at 6:08 on this Tuesday morning. A live look from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point, overlooking Howard Amon and the beautiful Columbia River. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down your forecast, let you know what you can expect as you head out the door today.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
BOGO time is back at Vance. Right now through March, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star Team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right. And our licensed professionals will handle it all. Call us today because this offer won't last. Upgrade your system and get peace of mind and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit.
Shop sofas and sectionals, dining tables, chairs, bedroom sets and kids' beds,
and much, much more. Best of all, buy now, pay later with 0 interest and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Considerable avalanche danger is continuing for our Cascade Slopes. Now, for today, it looks like moderate's going to win out, which is just level 2 out of 5. But for tomorrow, it's mostly level 3 out of 5, which is considerable. So just to touch base, when it comes to considerable avalanche danger, once again, means that natural avalanches are possible. Human-triggered avalanches are likely. We could see a wide variety of the size and distribution of avalanches, and still you got to evaluate the snowpack carefully, find your routes very cautiously, and conservative decision making is essential out there in the backcountry over the next couple days at least. Okay, let's take it back to lower elevations for today. 63 for the Tri-Cities, 64 for the Hanford site. That places us at about 7 to 8 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Overnight low is going to be very mild as well. 45 for the Tri-Cities, 45 for Walla Walla, 45 for Hermiston as well. And these high temperatures over the next 7 days, at least in the Yakima Valley, really across the board, but also in the Yakima Valley, above average. Looks like the warmest day probably going to be on Sunday, as we'll sit around 60 degrees, which is 7 degrees warmer than normal. These overnight lows way warmer than normal, as there are going to be many nights where we're going to struggle to even cool off below 40 degrees. That's what's happening for lower elevations in addition to the rainfall that we'll have. But for upper elevations, we're tracking maybe around a foot of snow for the back half of this week. We'll talk about that and some of the impacts coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks. 6:12 talking sports now this morning as high schools across Washington welcome the spring sports season. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spent the day with one of the many teams starting their season, the Kamiakin boys and girls track and field team.
March 2nd marked day 1 of spring practices for high school sports across the state. Kamiakin High School's boys and girls track and field teams had over 200 athletes show up for day 1.
I've been so excited these past weeks leading up to it, just to see everyone here, come back, get to see all my friends again who I don't usually see at school. Just come back to this sport that I've grown to love so much, so it's been really nice.
For the boys team, they come off a record-breaking season that resulted in them winning the state title.
It's definitely different without all the seniors we had last year and all the good friends we made, but I think this year is going to be a rebuilding year after last year, because last year was such a great year with so many big lessons and so many friendships made along the way.
Some of the runners on the team are adjusting back to running track after the cross-country season in the fall.
It's a shorter race, so you got to be a little more exact in how you're planning your races and all your splits. So it takes a lot of practice to figure out where that median is between all of it.
But now a new season means the teams hit the reset button. And the new opportunity means a chance to achieve new goals.
I really want to go to state for long jump especially. Last year we were really close for the relay, and so going with that would be awesome. But just anything I can do to go to state and bring my team up, that would be awesome.
The team gets a couple of weeks of practice before track meets begin in late March. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And track isn't the only sport that got its start this week. Other sports include baseball, softball, boys and girls tennis, boys soccer, and golf. And for my kids, lacrosse season kicks off as well. A lot of outdoor activities coming up. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Breaking down your first alert forecast, we'll check back in with Josh, who's going to give you a beautiful live look outside this morning from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick as the sun starts to come up. Will it last? That's the big question. And I feel like there's some changes in store. We'll let you know after the break.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
Life's better when you're under our roof because you'll feel protected.
Good thing we're covered.
And safe drivers can save too. Touchdown. Also, your family's free too. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. So while they're dreaming, you're saving. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Check out Bluewood. It's a homegrown ski area close to Walla Walla and Tri-Cities and has runs for just about all levels of skiers. Fly the Northwest over Ski Bluewood. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Luke Grimes and Olympic gold medalist Alyssa Liu.
You think you can figure skate when you watch the Olympics?
I can in the living room. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. And yes, rain chances will pick up for lower elevations tonight into tomorrow. Here's a day-by-day breakdown of those precip chances for the Tri-Cities. A 40% chance for tomorrow. This chance is going to be a lot better for tonight. And then a pretty dry stretch of weather after that. Of course, you can see day-by-day rain chances just like that for your exact home address location by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, we do have a First Alert Weather Day in place for our mountain passes 4 a.m. tomorrow to 4 p.m. on Friday. Could get up around a foot of snow, and it's because of this bad boy right here, this low pressure center that is in the Gulf of Alaska, and the closer it gets to us, the more and more our chances for rain and snow are going to go up. So let's put this into motion with Futurecast radar. By lunchtime for today, we're just seeing a few light showers on the map for the Cascades. That will start to pick up as we head into the evening. Then into the late evening, the closer to midnight we get, that's going to be the best time frame for rain chances to pick up for lower elevations, and then as we head into Wednesday morning as well. Now, after 4 a.m. on Wednesday, this is when the snow chance is really going to start to pick up for both mountain ranges, both the Cascades and the Blues, and that'll be a consistent facet to the forecast as we go throughout Thursday and then into Friday as well. Here are some of those snowfall totals we're anticipating from 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 p.m. on Friday. Around a foot of snow for Stevens Pass, 5 to 7 inches of snow for US 12 and for Interstate 90. It'll take you over to the Blues, where we could have up around a foot of snow for Oregon 204. A lot less for Cabbage Hill and for US 395 at the Battle Mountain Summit. Okay, in the midst of all that, we'll have all these boundaries passing by us, and that'll put us into a gusty stretch of weather. But the day that jumps off the page the most would be Thursday. Gusts across the map anywhere between 25 to 45 miles per hour, with the strongest gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A chance of rain tonight into tomorrow, otherwise a dry, mild, and breezy forecast. In Yakima, a few leftover showers possible for Tuesday, but the forecast goes dry again Thursday and beyond. In Ellensburg, a windy stretch of weather ahead, especially for Thursday, but we're keeping a close eye on next Monday as well. In Hermiston, wet and windy for Tuesday, drier but lingering breezes for the rest of the week. And then for Walla Walla, rain is pretty much a guarantee for tomorrow, and rainfall totals could get up to half an inch.
All right, well, as we wrap up some of our sunshine and get some showers, we also turn back the clock to a piece of American history.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight.
On this day in 1931, President Herbert Hoover signed legislation naming the Star-Spangled Banner the official national anthem.
The song was written as a poem by Francis Scott Key in 1814. The lyrics were set to the tune of "To Anacreon in Heaven," a popular 18th century song.
And it was inspired to write the poem by the flag that flew at Fort McHenry in Baltimore following an American victory over the British in the War of 1812. Oh, a lot of history there.
You sing. Have you sung the national anthem for an event before?
I have, yeah. I've sang it for a number of different events across different platforms, and it's the one song, because I've sang for a long time, and it's the one song that I get nervous to sing every time before.
I get nervous watching other people sing it, because I just know I would forget the words. And
it's such a powerful song. It means so much when you sing it, when you've been asked and honored to sing it somewhere. And then also growing up, anytime before I'd go sing it, if my family was there, it was a function that, like my brother and sister, my mom all raced BMX bikes, so I would sing at a lot of the events at the track. Mm-hmm. And my dad would always tell me right before, don't forget the words.
Don't forget the words. Oh, break a leg, kid. and the highest note is at the very end. Don't you love that?
Yeah, it's so good, but didn't forget the words.
Good.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Hollywood is buzzing with big moves this week. Coming up, the battle between Netflix and Paramount over Warner Brothers has finally come to an end, and now streaming services are merging. Plus, a major music trial underway, and rumor has it a famous couple just tied the knot. We've got the details coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
To see if you qualify for Hanford worker compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford worker compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
This is the Tempur Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Tempur Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
And score a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, 72 months, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Hey AMS fans, don't miss the G2 Construction Wiener Dog Race Friday, March 6th at the Toyota Center. Watch the pups race across the ice during the first intermission. Puck drops at 7:05 p.m. Get tickets at amshockey.com or at the Toyota Center box office.
Ski Bluewood on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back, 625 in your entertainment headlines this morning. 2 major streaming services are now to become one. Didn't the Spice Girls sing a song about that? And 2 become one?
I'm not familiar with the song.
Hey, come on. You're a Spice Girl fan? Paramount Plus and HBO Max will form a single streaming platform after Paramount's merger with Warner Brothers Discovery.
Paramount CEO David Ellison announced the plan during an investor call on Monday. Ellison did not reveal a name or pricing for the streamer, saying the combination would take place over the coming years.
Merger must still be approved by regulators, which will take at least several months.
And speaking of trials, a major legal case in the music industry began in New York this week.
Justice Department is suing Live Nation, claiming it's a monopoly that uses its dominance to hurt competition and increase ticket prices. Live Nation, which merged with Ticketmaster back in 2010, denies the claims.
If the Justice Department wins its case, it could ask a judge to split up Live Nation and Ticketmaster. The trial is expected to last at least a month.
All right, and a Hollywood romance. 2 becoming one. Spider-Man co-stars Tom Holland and Zendaya are now married, according to the actress's stylist.
La Roche says the 29-year-old Hollywood elites wed in secret. The rumors began swirling after Zendaya was spotted with a gold band just last month.
It appears to have taken the place of a diamond ring, which she wore to the Golden Globes in 2025. I think people were spilling the tea at the Actors Awards the other night about them being wed.
Good for them.
I know.
I don't think there's anything problematic with them. They just look like a very cute couple. Love Tom as Spider-Man, and Zendaya's great and everything.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Agreed. Congrats to them. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. What started as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into a race against the clock. Washington State Trooper discovering a woman in active labor and with minutes to spare, escorting her to the hospital. And this morning, we'll show you how his quick thinking helped a mom and baby arrive safely, and the little act of kindness he did for another child along the way. The heartwarming details coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
You've got 4 days, and 4 days only to save like never before.
During the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row.
That's 4 days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.
Best of all, buy now, pay later, with 0 interest and no down payment.
But hurry, the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Upgrade your kitchen with the spacious LG refrigerator with its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity. Keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. The Smart ThinQ technology allows you to control and diagnose your refrigerator from your smartphone. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
This is your home for Kraken hockey.
Every goal. He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Senators. Coverage begins at 7, Saturday on My Network TV.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Don't put up with rotten sleep. During the 4-day super sale at Denver Mattress, everything is on sale, like the Summit Queen, now only $332.49. And best of all, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and score free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us, joining us here on this Tuesday for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
Did you see the lunar eclipse?
I did not see it, but it was up in the sky?
That is usually where they occur.
Like there were no what I meant by that, there were no clouds obscuring it?
No, you could see it really well. It was the first lunar eclipse of the year. And then it also went into the blood moon, which was really cool to see.
Yeah.
And then it's actually going to be the last total lunar eclipse until New Year's Eve 28-29.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, I've had this, I've been doing morning TV for like coming up on 5 years now. I have this really bad habit of I always forget to look up at the moon.
You gotta look at the moon.
Did you see what the moon looked like this morning? No, I never looked up.
You gotta look at the moon.
Yeah.
It was spectacular. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so from the moon to the sun, we're going to see a little bit of it today.
Just a little bit. I think the clouds are going to
We saw more moon than sun?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's kind of sounding like.
Well, you should have looked up.
I should have looked up. Yeah, lesson learned. Look up. Our rain chances going up for tonight into tomorrow, and then the mountain snow definitely going up as well. That's why we have first alert weather days ahead of us. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. And in addition to that, in the midst of all that, getting a little bit gusty, it's going to be a gusty stretch of weather really over the next 7 days, but the day that jumps off the page the most would be Thursday. Some of those gusts up around 45 miles per hour. Okay, just to reiterate, first alert weather day in place from 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 p.m. on Friday. Due to the snow we could see for mountain passes, up around a foot of snow for Stevens Pass and for Tollgate. Fog this morning has not really been an issue. It does look like one little patch is trying to pop up near in and around the Tri-Cities. We'll keep a close eye on that, but otherwise this is mostly confined to the southern blues and also up into the Cascades. Temperatures all over the map right now, 29 for Yakima, 33 for Tri-Cities, 43 for Walla Walla, getting evidence of that cold air draining down into the Yakima Valley. Speaking of the valley, here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday in Yakima proper. Mostly cloudy skies all throughout the day. High temperatures getting into the mid-50s, but in the Tri-Cities, mid-60s. For the Hanford side, I'm going with like 64, 65 degrees for today. So very mild for this time of the year. And then, of course, like we were just talking about, the rain chances going up tonight into tomorrow, and some snow for the mountains. We'll talk about it all coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. We begin this half hour of news making a difference with a Washington State trooper. It all started near Kennewick as a routine traffic stop and then turned into a race against time for that trooper who just happened to pick up an extra shift on that day. We're talking about Trooper David Brandt. He pulled over a vehicle for speeding, but he quickly realized that the woman inside the car was in active labor. Brandt says there was a lot of panic in the car. It was the passenger who was the one in labor, and he knew that he had to act quick. The family told Brandt they were trying to make it to Hermiston, to Good Shepherd, but he said he knew there was no way that they could make it there, so he provided an escort to Trios, where he radioed ahead about the situation that was unfolding so that hospital staff were ready and waiting for that expectant mom just in the nick of time.
I think it's just doing my job. I've been in law enforcement for 24 years, and I just want to keep everybody safe out here as the best we can. And I do feel like I did a good deed by getting them to the closest hospital so they can enjoy their new family.
A great deed that you did, yes. There was also a 2-year-old in that car, and Trooper Brandt says that while the others were in the hospital, he stayed with that child. He gave him a teddy bear and gave him some comfort. Trooper Brandt says he has not heard how mom and baby are doing, but wishes them well. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Highway 395, it has been claiming lives for years. Now lawmakers are debating a bill to double fines and fund safety upgrades, but is enforcement enough to make that stretch of road safer? Coming up, we're going to head to Olympia, where Senate Bill 6066 could turn this dangerous Tri-Cities corridor into a crash prevention zone. From roundabouts to lower speed limits, we have the latest on what might finally be done to slow down that danger out there. That's all coming up after the break.
First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now.
Always on your side.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spicy, bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Spicy menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
This is the Temper Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Temper Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
And score a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, 72 months, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
Our experience was so positive. There was no pressure. It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee you when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Check out Bluewood. It's a homegrown ski area close to Walla Walla and Tri-Cities and has runs for just about all levels of skiers. Fly the Northwest over Ski Bluewood. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next Live.
Hyde, Luke Grimes, and Olympic gold medalist Alyssa Liu.
You think you can figure skate when you watch the Olympics?
I can in the living room.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Still dealing with considerable avalanche danger for Cascade Slopes for today and tomorrow. Now for today, looks like the danger is going to be a little bit less, mostly just moderate for the Cascade Slopes. But for tomorrow, with the more active weather moving in with the winds, you can see the considerable starting to overtake the moderate once again. And we have a lot more information about this posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, we're going to take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, starting off in the Cascades, where rain will be likely for today. Highs getting into the 40s and 50s. Then for the Kittitas Valley, we'll have low 50s up and down the valley. For the Yakima Valley, upper 50s for the upper valley, and then low 60s for the lower valley. For the lower Columbia Basin, up around 63, 64 degrees today for the Tri-Cities and for the Hanford site. Then for the Blue Foothills, low to mid 60s as well. And then finally for the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 40s and 50s, although pretty close to 60 degrees for Ukiah. It'll end up being, I'd say, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy for today, and gusts across the map anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. Okay, then for tonight, very mild out there. These are the overnight lows. 45 for the Tri-Cities, 45 for the Hanford side, 45 for Walla Walla. We had afternoon highs that looked just like that just a couple weeks back. And these high temperatures are going to continue to stay mild for this time of the year. For now, it looks like the warmest days, at least in the Tri-Cities, is going to be for today and then also for Sunday. We'll keep it 2 to 8 degrees warmer than normal. And these overnight lows way above average for this time of the year. In part, that is because of the active weather that's moving in, rainfall for lower elevations and snowfall for mountain passes. We'll talk about why there's a first alert weather day in place coming up in a few minutes.
6:40 now, turning our attention to state legislature, where a bill to make one of the Tri-Cities' deadliest highways safer is moving forward in Olympia. It's Senate Bill 6066. It would allow Franklin County, Pasco, or WashDOT to designate the Highway 395 corridor between Pasco and Mesa as a crash prevention zone. The designation would double fines for traffic violations. Now, 12 people have died on that stretch since 2015. A few amendments have been added to the bill, adding Highway 12 between Tank Farm Road and A Street.
I feel the importance of saving lives and keeping people safe. And the results of this so far is, first of all, we have to look at a short-term Band-Aid for a long-term fix.
Now, the additional money from higher fines would fund engineering studies, safety improvements, and increased enforcement. A lot of people in the Tri-Cities say they want physical changes like bridges or roundabouts rather than just higher fines. If passed, the crash prevention zone could start this summer and run through 2029 as a test case for the rest of the state. Still ahead, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, as we give you that live look outside from right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth back with your full first alert forecast.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Wake up, people! Rotten sleep means rotten moods, rotten backs, rotten health. Rotten breath goes without saying, but you're in luck. Because during the 4-day super sale at Denver Mattress, everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit, now only $332.49. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
If you use opioids like fentanyl, you need to be ready for the possibility of an overdose. For starters, communicate. If you're using alone, ask someone you trust to check on you. Stay accessible. Be sure people can get to you if you need help. And start with a small dose, especially if it's been a while. The short version, plan ahead, stay safe. You're worth the effort. More tips at preventoverdosewa.org/safety tips.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them and teaching the next generation.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Ski Bluewood on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Rain chances picking up tonight into tomorrow for lower elevations, and we'll see snowfall up in the mountains. Now, it's definitely not going to be a washout for tonight into tomorrow for the Yakima Valley. Just low-end chances of rainfall, but chances nonetheless. After that, the forecast going dry again. And if you want to see day-by-day, hour-by-hour rain chances just like that for your exact home location, you can do that by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. All right, we got First Alert weather days for the back half of this week, specifically for mountain passes, as we could get up to around a foot of snow during that time frame. This is the big weather maker right here. You cannot miss it in the Gulf of Alaska. And as this gets closer and closer to us, rain chance is going to pick up for lower elevations, and snow chance is going to pick up for the mountains. We'll put this into motion with Futurecast radar. By lunchtime today, just a few sprinkles up in the mountains. That's definitely going to pick up as we get deeper into the evening. Then the closer we are to midnight, the better the chances of rainfall are, especially for the basin and specifically for the foothills when you talk about lower elevations. Now, after 4 a.m. for tomorrow, that's when the snow really going to start to pick up for both of our mountain ranges, and that's going to be a consistent feature to our forecast throughout the day on Thursday and then into much of Friday as well. So that being said, here are some of the snowfall totals we're anticipating from 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to 4 p.m. on Friday. Around a foot of snow for Stevens Pass, 5 to 7 inches of snow for U.S. Highway 12 and for Interstate 90. Take you over to the Blues, where we could have up around a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Definitely a lot less for Cabbage Hill and for US 395. All right, and in the midst of all that, we're going to have all these different temperature and moisture boundaries going through the area. Very gusty stretch of weather in general over the next 7 days, but the day that jumps off the page the most is Thursday. Those gusts up around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A chance of rain tonight into tomorrow. Otherwise, a dry, mild, and breezy forecast. In Yakima, a few leftover showers possible for Tuesday, but the forecast goes dry again Thursday and beyond. In Ellensburg, a windy stretch of weather ahead, especially for Thursday, but we're keeping a close eye on next Monday as well. In Hermiston, wet and windy for Tuesday, drier but lingering breezes for the rest of the week. And finally, for Walla Walla, rain is pretty much a guarantee for tomorrow, and rainfall totals could get up to around ½ inch. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the heroes behind that jaw-dropping hot air balloon rescue speaking out.
This basket is tenuously hanging on the tower by a thread.
A massive hot air balloon in Texas colliding with the tower, trapping the 2 passengers inside. The team of rescuers racing up the ladder, over 900 feet, reaching the 2 survivors hanging tenuously in the air. And this morning, those rescuers are telling their story to GMA.
We secured the basket to the tower with ropes, but they physically had to climb out of that basket at over 900 feet in the air.
Drone footage capturing the heart-stopping moment one of the survivors gets out. Another 30 minutes or so later, they were all safely back on the ground. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this hot air balloon rescue. With your GMA First Look, I'm Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Go ahead, crank the volume. We got you. USPS has increased daily package processing capacity by 46% in the past 5 years. And with USPS Ground Advantage, your packages stay in our secure network, dock to door, nationwide. For full visibility, near real-time tracking, affordable pricing, for peace of mind. USPS Ground Advantage.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after use. Get help right away for trouble breathing, rash, swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or throat. High blood pressure and Raynaud syndrome can occur. Get help for high blood pressure, numbness, coolness, pain, or color changes in fingers and toes. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 6:50 time for your morning sprint, starting with your national headlines this morning. The House Oversight Committee has released video footage of the closed-door depositions of Bill and Hillary Clinton. Testimony taken last week in New York, all a part of the panel's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Both facing about 6 hours of questioning, Bill Clinton said his relationship with Epstein was cordial and brief. He told lawmakers he first flew on Epstein's private jet in 2002 for humanitarian work and said they parted ways years later. Now, Clinton said that he was not aware of Epstein's crimes and did not recall the several visits Epstein made to the White House. Hillary Clinton told the committee she did not recall ever meeting Epstein and said that she had no knowledge of his criminal activity. Video shows at times heated questioning with the former Secretary of State, saying that she was tired of answering questions about possible connections. 6:51 in your business headlines. Apple added a budget model to its most recent lineup of mobile devices. iPhone 17e costs about $600. Analysts say that could signify a demand for cheaper cellular options. The iPhone 17e has the latest A19 chip, but not all the frills of its more expensive counterparts. Apple says it has twice the speed and entry-level storage of the company's last budget offering. It comes in black, white, and soft pink, and will be available for pre-order starting tomorrow. In your health headlines, on Monday, the Supreme Court issued a ruling involving parents' rights and student privacy. The court sided with a group of parents and temporarily blocked a California education policy. That policy would have allowed school staff to withhold information from parents about a student's gender identity or expression. In a 5-3 decision, the court granted an emergency request to pause the policy while the case moves forward in lower courts. The majority said the parents were likely to succeed in their legal claim. 6:52 now to the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Benton County, where a 16-year-old girl from Oregon is now safe this morning after being kidnapped and found in Benton County. Deputies responded to a rural home on February 28th after Oregon law enforcement alerted them to her whereabouts. Authorities identified a 25-year-old man as a suspect. He's been arrested on charges of unlawful imprisonment and third-degree rape. The investigation is still ongoing. Officials asking anyone with information to come forward. And on Sunday, Kennewick police responded to multiple 911 calls about shots fired at the Heatherstone Apartments. When they got there, officers found a 17-year-old who had been shot several times. He was rushed to the hospital, is now recovering. Detectives say this appears to be a targeted shooting involving 2 gang-affiliated individuals who knew each other. Police are working closely with the apartment complex to address what they're saying. They've seen a surge in crime and increased safety measures. Authorities say identifying the shooter remains a top priority. Anyone with information should contact Kennewick Police. And a Milton Freewater man's behind bars this morning after police say he broke into several vehicles in College Place. Authorities report about 8 cars were targeted overnight on February 19th. This was near Southwest Silver Star Lane. Surveillance footage that you see on your screen showed a suspect in a dark blue Acura attempting to steal items from the vehicles. Officers stopped that car after a short chase and arrested 32-year-old Thomas Payant. Police say more charges are expected as the investigation continues. And Kennewick Police are investigating another case of vandalism at a controversial property, which is designed for level 3 sexually violent offenders. Officers found at least 2 windows had been broken out. They found that on Monday morning. This is at the home on 5304 8th Avenue. This house has been the center of community backlash since January. Neighbors expressing concerns about the proximity of the house to schools and children. Police are working to identify suspects, but so far no connections have been made between the vandalism and the ongoing controversy. And this is the second incident in the last 2 weeks following an egging at the same house. And near Kennewick, a Washington State trooper turned a routine traffic stop into a race against time. Trooper David Brandt pulled over a vehicle and discovered that the passenger was in labor. Brandt escorted the car to Trios, radioing ahead so that staff was prepared. Mother and baby arrived just in time, and they were safe and taken into care. Brandt stayed with a 2-year-old child who was also in the car and gave that child a teddy bear and some comforting words, I'm sure, describing his actions as simply doing his job to keep everyone safe. All right, trending this morning, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, right? And for a group of archaeologists, it was also about 150 years ago.
Yeah, researchers got a small taste of the past after uncovering a mystery bottle of liquor during an excavation in the historic ghost town of Alta, Utah. The sealed bottle, dated between 1870 and 1890, was one of thousands of artifacts found at the site, but this one stood out.
That's wild. Still corked and filled with liquid, archaeologists partnered with a local distillery to carefully extract a sample using a needle. Early testing suggests it could be a type of sherry or beer, with more analysis planned to pin down the boozy blast from the past. And Utah not necessarily known for its booze, so who knows where it came from.
Yeah, and they were really responsible getting it tested before. I just would have gone for it.
You should have corked it,
Yeah.
just taking it to the face.
Yeah, don't take my advice in that regard.
You're wild.
Yeah.
All right, get us out the door this morning. What can we expect? I guess the biggest thing is, when's the sun going to go away? When's the rain going to come in?
Yeah, it looks like the rain is probably going to come in very late tonight, like overnight. The closer you get to midnight, the better the chances are.
I can handle that.
I think it's going to be like a slow erosion of the sunshine throughout the day, that the clouds are going to end up winning out. Let's go ahead. First of all, let's take a look at fog. There's like one little patch that's showing up right around the Tri-Cities in terms of lower elevations, but most of this is up in the Cascades and in the southern blues of Morrow and Umatilla counties. Temperatures all over the place right now. 29 for Yakima. It is cold in the Tri-Cities. 32 and 44 for Walla Walla. Your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities, you see partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Highs in spite of that, highs getting up into the mid-60s. We could touch 65 today in the Tri-Cities. It's hard to believe it's March already. It's hard to believe that temperatures getting back into the mid-60s. Now, it will feel a little bit cooler with some of those breezes across the map, anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. The big weather stories, the rainfall for tonight into tomorrow. Snowfall, and a lot of it for mountain passes slated for later in the week. And then those gusts. It's going to be breezy all throughout the week at the very least, but the day that jumps off the page the most will be Thursday. Gusts between 25 to 45 miles per hour, the strongest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. And again, first alert weather days for the back half of this week because of tough mountain pass travel.
All right, well, thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on our stories and the forecast on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with the local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.